Alright guys, we are at my grandparents' dock today and we have a fish on. We have a little tradition called monocular fishing. We have a little like monocular and we leave the rods out here and we just stand at the window and wait till the rods go down. And I'm coming out here right now and we have one on that back rod right there. It's probably a catfish or small bass. But anyway, we're gonna get this guy in real quick and then we're gonna start the video. Could be a crappie too. That's a catfish. Not too bad. Not bad at all. It's probably 2 pounds, maybe. It's a nice channel cat. Alright, there we go. Our first fish of the day. A nice little channel catfish. There he goes. That wasn't too bad at all. Alright guys, well as you can tell by the title of this video, you guys can probably figure out what this video is going to be about. And that this is probably going to be my last video. And I'm going to talk about the reasons behind that right now. So this past year, you know, the YouTube channel really hasn't been growing or anything. But it's just kind of weird because I've been noticing, like, through all my videos and stuff, my saltwater videos typically do a lot better. And through a lot of thought and stuff, and, you know, talking to people and stuff, I've decided this is going to be my last video in Georgia. We're moving to Florida. I have officially gotten an apartment in Florida, and I'll actually be moving August 1st. And the cool thing about this apartment is that it is only 10 minutes away from the beach. So I will be doing a lot of beach fishing, especially surf fishing, because the general area, it's Indian Rocks Beach. It didn't seem like there was too many like fishing spots beyond the beach, like within close proximity. But anyway, we moving. And you're probably wondering, why do I think this is going to be my last video in Georgia? Because August 1st is a good bit of ways away. But I kind of mentioned it a few videos ago, is that we are going on a trip to New York, and then we are going to be trying to go to Key West. And we're going to New York next week, and then the following week we're going to go to Key West. So, you know, right now I have the rest of this week to do any fishing, and, you know, I'm fishing right now, but, you know, I don't know if I'm necessarily have any more time to actually fish in Georgia. Because New York, I'm probably not going to fish up there. That'll just be more of a sightseeing thing, and those videos will be on my New Horizons channel. But, you know, when we get to Key West, you know, I'll be filming fishing down there. I'm planning on doing like a tarpon charter, and, you know, hoping to get some big fish. But after I get back from Key West, you know, that would just be one more week, and then I actually move. And during that 1 week, you know, I got to pack and stuff, so I don't necessarily know if I'll have time to make any more videos until then. So that's why this might be my last video in Georgia, because, you know, I'll be filming in Key West, and then, you know, once Key West is over, you know, I'll be pretty much on my way down to Florida. But anyway, yeah, that's the news. But, you know, a lot of things are going to be changing because, like I said, you know, I'm going to be doing saltwater fishing now. And, you know, like I was kind of joking earlier about the not doing too well and stuff. The channel has been growing a little bit, not as much as I wanted to. But anyway, I was not lying about the, you know, saltwater videos typically do better on my channel. But, you know, hopefully this will help boost the channel a little bit. But honestly, you know, I started this video or this channel thinking that it was going to be a saltwater channel within a year. And, you know, I kind of talked about it in that starting a second channel video that, you know, I planned on moving to Florida a lot sooner, but that just didn't happen. So this was always meant to be a saltwater channel. You know, as you can tell by the logo, that is the guys fishing on the beach. That's not freshwater. But, you know, since I'm actually moving down and stuff, you know, I'm going to really take this more seriously, I guess. You know, I've had moments, you know, doing it freshwater where, you know, I keep it really consistent and stuff, and then it kind of like dies down a little bit. Then I get consistent, then I die down a little bit. But, you know, I kind of was I was talking about this in that other video. But, you know, the goal was just to get to Florida, where everything was about saving. But now that I'm actually going to Florida, you know, I'm not going to be doing crazy overtime or anything, because that's what it was before. Because I'd be working overtime, working on Saturdays and stuff, just to try to make a lot of money so I could move. But once I'm actually down there, you know, the whole goal is to actually just live. I mean, not saying, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, work hard if it needs to happen or anything. But it's like, you know, I'm not going to put in all this effort for that kind of stuff. So, you know, ideally, you know, I'll work in the weeks, and then on the weekends I'll have free time to fish and, you know, work on New Horizons, which I'll be putting a video on that channel in a few days about what's going to be going on that channel. But anyway, this is the fishing channel, so we're going to talk about fishing. Now, like I mentioned earlier, you know, the area I'm going to be in, well, technically I'm in Largo, but the closest beach to me is only a 10-minute drive, and that's Indian Rocks Beach. You know, looking around at maps and stuff, and I actually did go down there when I was in Florida a few weeks ago. You know, there's not that many places to fish beyond the beach. I mean, if you go north, you got Clearwater, and go south, you know, there are some fishing areas. But, you know, in general, I kind of want to stay where I'm living, especially for like the first few months I'm down there. Just because, you know, gas is really expensive right now, and, you know, the truck I have is 14 miles a gallon, which, you know, isn't crazy bad or anything. But, you know, I kind of want to make sure I'm like settled before, like, you know, going all over the Tampa Bay for fishing and stuff. You know, I'd rather make sure, you know, I'm settled and stuff, and then, you know, start venturing out once, you know, I'm like good. So, you know, I'm probably just gonna be fishing on Indian Rocks Beach, maybe a bridge a little bit south. But ideally, you know, I'm in, you know, kind of considering this and stuff. I'm thinking about getting a bike and like getting a bike trailer, because like I said, everything's so close. It's like, you know, why wouldn't I just get a bike and take it to the beach instead of just taking the truck? I mean, yeah, it's close and stuff, but, you know, it would just save money and stuff on that front. And, you know, maybe even go to, you know, just for a job too, you know, because there's a whole bunch of businesses basically on the way to the beach and on the beach, you know, where I could theoretically ride a bike too to get to work, which I'm still trying to figure out a job. But, you know, I'm sure I'll have something pretty soon. But anyway, you know, probably gonna be just fishing on the beach for a short while, but I'm okay with that. I like to fish on the beach because, you know, you can catch redfish, whiting, black drum, sharks, maybe even snook. I don't really, you know, I know what a snook is. I don't really know how to, I don't know if you can really catch them offshore or on the beach. You know, I know they go in the mangroves and stuff, but I'm not sure if you can actually catch them on the beach. I mean, you can catch tarpon. You know, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can catch off the beach, and, you know, that will be, you know, probably the first, like I said, your first few months, and then, you know, start venturing out a little bit more. But that covers everything new, I guess. But I mentioned it in a video probably about 2 years ago. But, you know, I really do like saltwater fishing a lot more than freshwater fishing. I mean, it's just because, you know, saltwater, you know, you have a whole bunch of different types of fish to catch. Well, freshwater, you know, really fish you can catch are, you know, panfish, catfish, bass, striper, and, you know, perch. But I mean, in this area, you know, that's really all you can catch. But it's like with the ocean, I mean, yeah, you have your species list, but, you know, inshore you got flounder, tarpon, snook, redfish, black drum, pinfish, sheep's head, mangrove snapper, sharks, saltwater catfish, whiting. And if you go offshore, you know, you got red snapper, lane snapper, barracuda, wahoo, Spanish mackerel, king mackerel, vermilion snapper, gag grouper, red grouper, Goliath grouper. You know, just so much more fish to catch. And it's not that it bores me, but it's like, you know, with somewhere I've fished my entire life, I kind of know what I'm going to catch. Like I said, there's like a few things you can actually catch in a lake. But with the ocean, you know, it's like you really don't know what you're going to catch. And that's really cool to me. And, you know, that's why I like it so much. And, you know, trout fishing is another thing. But, you know, honestly, you know, I'm not really a fan of trout fishing too much anymore. You know, because, now I'm just going to say it, but, you know, trout fishing kind of gives off small dick energy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're really trying to catch a small fish, and like people make such a big deal about the small fish. It's like, it's a small fish, but it has good stripes, it has good architecture. You know, it's stuff like that. And, you know, the trout are just a very sensitive fish. You have to wet your hands before you touch it. You know, you can't hold them by the mouth or anything. And, you know, they just, if you accidentally touch them in the wrong spot, they're dead. They're just a very sensitive fish. And, you know, I've learned this through, you know, comments and stuff. Oh, you can't hold trout like that. Oh, you can't do this, can't do that. But that's why I really stopped doing trout fishing. And you know, with like lake fishing stuff, you know, the fish are a little bit more durable. I mean, you know, all fish are sensitive to an extent, but you know, the trout are just a pain, and I don't think I'll ever go trout fishing again. I mean, maybe eventually, but you know, not something I'm gonna do anytime soon. Fish. I was filming, and we have fish. Not how I expected to catch a fish. Oh wow, wow, okay, such a nice bass. Oh, shoot, I need the net. Look at that. That's probably a 4 pounder. Come on. Oh man. Hang on, I'm gonna drop the GoPro real quick. The net is all the way over here. Yeah. Wow. Actually, this might be a 5 pound bass. All right, look at this guy. Now, this isn't the biggest bass I caught, but I think it's definitely the heaviest. Because I mean, look at the belly on this thing. I'd say this is a 4 or 5 pound bass. But we're gonna let him go. There he goes. All right, guys. Well, I just ran to the house and got some water after catching that fish. Enough talking about fishing. Let's try to catch some more fish. That's a catfish.